It looks like we are live on Facebook. So Paul Bowman here from Fix Your Diabetes, here with Gina. And so Gina, as I go through any of this, definitely correct me if I'm off on anything. So type 2 diabetic for 4 years. You went to your doctor. You went to your doctor's recommended diabetes classes. You went to the endocrinologist, basically kept getting worse. And just before starting with me, your doctor increased your metformin to 500 milligrams twice a day. And then 8 days into working with me, you were able to stop your metformin and your numbers keep going down and stabilizing. Now, I also want to be clear to everybody out there that that would normally take 8 to 12 weeks. But kudos to you. You are 100% compliant and your body responded rather quickly. So just on that introduction, and I didn't prepare her at all. So let's see, what does she have to say? So from that, there's a lot more I want to ask and stuff like that and get into, but from that alone, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think first and foremost, I have to say that I said this all along in the beginning. You were very transparent. You didn't pull the wool over my eyes. You told me exactly what to expect. And you've been like that all along. You weren't trying to hard sell me anything. And I think that's what attracted me to this program more than ever, is because you were so transparent, so real. And I've been wanting that for so long, for 4 years. And I think that you really need to want it. And you're so right. You've told me that you have to want this in order to work. After 4 years, I've become I was giving up on myself, and I'm typically not that type of person. I think that your body speaks to you. And for 2 years, I was just drinking Glycerno shakes and Akin bars. And I felt that was safe because I counted the numbers. I knew exactly what I was taking in. But as you had said to me, I was so malnourished, which I was. I had never had any intake of any types of other foods, but this is what it had come to. It had come to me giving up on myself, which I'm not like that. I'm a very positive person, but this diabetes had taken a hold of me. It's easy to just take the metformin and all the other types of things that I'm placed on because you feel safe that, okay, I'm taking this, I'm good. But honestly, that's not the case, because I felt like I was restrained. I had these chains on me that were binding me, and I don't like that feeling. And I thought to myself, what if I had not been able to get my medication at one point? What would have done? What do I have done? So now I don't have to worry about that. And it's not a difficult thing, your program. It really isn't. I mean, if you do exactly what you have instructed me to do, you're fine. And I was surprised that I was even off of it that short of a period of time. But everything, you were right there by my side every moment of the second, of the minute, and it was nice. And sometimes I really thought that you had a camera in my house because you felt my vibes. I thought, oh, he's texting me, and I'm thinking that. It was just really amazing. You said, how are you doing? And I didn't really expect any of that. I just thought you were going to coach me, tell me what to eat. And you've actually become like a friend, a really great friend that helped me live again. And before I found you, I knew something was wrong with me. I knew that the metformin was not working for me. And I've been on it for 4 years. I felt like there was weights below my knees when I would walk up the steps. I knew something was going on and it wasn't healthy. But you got me back on track, and you didn't restrict me from things. I mean, we're slowly making progress, and it is a work in progress, but we're getting there. And I'm so grateful for you. But it is true. You can get off the metformin if you knew how to eat, when to eat, and you actually. I just had to relearn everything on how to eat. And I was just so excited because today my numbers were 94 and I was like screaming, and I didn't really do anything other than eat. So yeah, I don't want to hijack your.
No.
I'm just so.
I've said it before, you do a great job of expressing the way a lot of people feel and what a lot of people are thinking, and you're able to express that. Good. It's good. So I'm sure a lot of people will connect to that. Yeah, so it's interesting. Some people are going to be watching this in one of my other groups, and they're going to know, oh, because you described it. This is the Atkins lady. Um, and so, like, and one of the things in describing what you were eating to people, they're like, how did she get that way? And you kind of said it, but I think it's worth repeating. You gave up on yourself and you gave up on food. And that's not a good place to be. So I'm going to ask this next question. And you and anybody I work with knows how sarcastic I am, but I think it's important to make the point. Of course, you've been a diabetic, so of course you're doing low carb, right?
Of course.
No. So what's your honest answer to that?
No, I'm not actually. I'm eating carbs. I'm eating food. And who knew food really tasted all the fruits? I'm eating fruit like you wouldn't believe when I was told by my doctor, limit your fruit intake. It's too much high sugar, natural sugar, and high intake of carbs.
Yeah. You're not only eating carbs, you're eating a lot of carbs.
A lot of
Especially as
carbs.
somebody that would say is a diabetic. I mean, put it in perspective, you've been having, I remember, like at least 150 grams of carbs. The other day you had 264 grams of carbs. Like, yeah, and your numbers are coming down. Yeah, again, you can't just do that. You got to do that in the right balance. But just for people to realize, like, no, when you really fix your carbs, you are able to metabolize carbs, and that's important because it's a primary fuel that we need. So you've definitely described it as eating, and what's your weight doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm losing weight. I'm like, how is this possible? I was screaming your name to my children, like, this can't be possible. There's something going on. I'm losing weight.
Yeah. And to put everybody, so everybody knows time frame too wise, I mentioned in 8 days you got off your metformin. I just looked, I had to look. We've been working together for 26 days now. So, and we're definitely in it for the long haul here. And like you said, continuing to work on stuff, but just so anybody understands, like, yes, you were able to get it off your metformin in 8 days, but just to put context to what we're talking about, all right, this is 26 days into it. Yeah, so yes, you are self-describingly, and I would say so too, eating, and the pounds are dropping off. So in that time, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like 10 pounds in that time. Is that right? Does that sound right?
Yes. I was 184. Yep. I'm giving my weight here. That's okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, yeah, you should be happy. Like, yeah.
I am.
Eating for almost a month and dropping 10 pounds. Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
All right. And you kind of mentioned it. I don't know if I'm pulling out one of your quotes here. In everything I read in the last 4 years, I've never learned as much as in 2 weeks, you teaching me.
You speak volume. It is amazing. And I listen very carefully. I listen to the physicians, my endocrinologist. I have learned so much about balancing my food with you. After you eat protein, eat carbs, right, to balance. I've read everything. I mean, you get so confused and so caught up on everything that you read as a diabetic. That's why you give up. It's like, what do you eat? Do you eat this? Do you eat that? No, you just said, yeah, eat this. You can eat that. And this is how you eat it. And you were just plain, boom, we're done. And I got it and I ran with it. And I love the way I eat now.
Awesome. So to get this message out there, and to start clarifying for most people out there, so what you know now and what you've experienced now, what would you say to most people out there about the recommendations they're getting from the medical world and the diabetes world?
Well, I don't know if I could say that on live, but I'm very.
Let me put it this. I'll throw out a disclaimer too, because I would also legally especially in my position, I have to say, consult with your doctor, consult with your medical professionals, and I really do mean that, not just legally, but I mean you should consult with your medical professionals, but also you should consult for whatever you're suffering from. We're talking about type 2 diabetes. So yes, consult with your doctor about what they're good at and maybe getting, how do I get off my meds and whatever else. But is your doctor, is your dietitian, is your endocrinologist, are their recommendations truly healing and fixing people for type 2 diabetes? If the answer is no, which it probably is, then you also need to consult with somebody like me that really their recommendations are healing and fixing diabetes. And I even want to throw a clarifier on that, because a lot of times in the diabetes world, people doing keto and low carb and stuff like that, and maybe they're still on meds, maybe they're not. But either way, they think controlling their blood sugar is all it's about. But they're starving themselves of carbs. So if you control your blood sugar with meds or without meds, but with low carb, that is extremely unhealthy, especially in the long run. One of the traps is in the short run, you do see some benefit, but in the long run, it basically shows that you do not reduce any of the risks of diabetes. And it's pretty simple, because you're starving yourself of carbs, and that is making your metabolic dysfunction worse. So you're not reversing or fixing your diabetes if you're starving yourself of glucose and carbs. So
true.
Understand that distinction. All right. So with that disclaimer, and I also say this: people in the they're amazing. They're amazing, but also, like anybody, they're amazing at some things and not amazing at other things. So that said, hopefully you feel confident and just be honest, and to do I don't want to bash anybody in the medical community or out there, but I do want to be honest, and from what we know, tell people all the roughly half of this country, whether they realize it or not, is some form of diabetic. So we're talking 150 million people out there. 99% of them are getting bad information. So with that disclaimer, what would you say to most people about the recommendations they're getting from the medical or diabetes world, knowing what you now know?
Well, hopefully my what I say about the medical field is I respect the colleagues. I come from healthcare. I believe in medicine. So I hope that this resonates with someone out there. Believe me, what's going on in the healthcare system is nothing what Paul is giving us. It's just, here's a prescription, here's a prescription, here's a prescription. How many times have I went to these physicians, and some of them were great friends of mine. They said, yeah, just keep up with your metformin and do this and do that and take your little classes and restrict you from carbs. And I'm thinking, wow, there's something wrong with this. When I look back, I wish that I had known you back then. There's not a lot of information, I believe, on their part, or something. I don't know, but somebody's doing something wrong, and you're doing it right within how long? This short period of time? I mean, I wasted 4 years of meds, digesting meds, restricting myself until I gave up. And then what happened? I was just really in bad shape. So there's something going on where in that healthcare field that we need to address it a little bit more. There's definitely, we can't just be prescribed drugs all the time. And I'm just loving it. I feel so much better without it. I do notice I listen to my body, and when I would take the metformin, I felt very tired, and I felt very low key, and it was just not me. I'm a very high spirited person, as you can see, and I love life, and you've given it back to me. So that in itself, thank you. I really do feel very energetic. I feel younger, and I can eat, and who knew that food tasted so good, and what you've given me. I mean, it's just step by step. There's no underlining. You're not hiding anything at all. It's just you're transparent, and you give me what I need, and we're done, and that's it. And I eat. It's nothing spectacular. There's no prepared meals that you're selling. You're real. So this is just.
I purposely told you, and I tell anybody I work with, I'm purposely I'm not going to give you a meal plan. I'm going to give you guidelines, purposely so that you can develop within healthy gut. Well, you can develop a lifestyle of eating that you enjoy, that is healthy, that serves you for your health and your weight. And most people think that's a unicorn, like it doesn't exist. Some creativity and some work up front, but you can develop a meal plan that is your new lifestyle, that is good for your taste buds, good for your weight, and good for your health. Yeah.
I love that freedom that you gave me too, because in the beginning I was like, well, I don't know what to eat. I guess you gave me a guideline and I just played with the food and I had so much fun with it. And I didn't have to look at a menu and think, okay, I can have this, I can have that, I can't have this. You just let me do whatever, but yet you still shadowed me.
It was your guide.
Yes, my guide.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. So I want to bring up your feet again, because that's a big one for now. What you were describing definitely could have been a symptom of just diabetes itself. But I'm not really, even though everything I do know, I couldn't tell you whether that was more, I mean, it's definitely a symptom of diabetes, but is it also a symptom of metformin? Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. But either way, it's common. And yeah, like you saying, like my feet felt like sludge. And so, yeah, just really like, so describe before and after for that, for people.
Yes, I do believe it was the metformin because there was a time when I had run out of the metformin and I didn't take it for like 3 or 4 days and I felt really good and my feet going, I was walking up my steps, I was fine. And then of course I prescribed, I had to go pick up my metformin because that's the thing that we're told to do and take it. And it was definitely, I felt slow like a turtle. And also, let me remind you that I don't think I mentioned to you, my skin was very itchy and it's not itchy anymore. And that's a good thing. That's a plus. It was itchy for 4 years and I was scratching constantly. And right now it seems very calm. My sinuses are clear. I know I complained to you about that. And it's just changed me. I feel really good.
Awesome. So definitely got some more things I want to dig into. That's it while I'm thinking about it. So you mentioned, and this is something I think about a lot because I work with and talk to so many people that, hey, I'm pre-diabetic or I just got diagnosed. But then I also see the people that's 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later. And the longer that goes, the sadder it is to me, especially knowing what I know. So realizing for yourself that, hey, I feel like I wasted 4 years, 4 years of struggle. Like, what point would you want to make to people out there, anywhere in that journey? But I'm thinking, especially if like, hey, I just got diagnosed.
Oh, certainly. If I had known you 10 years ago when I was pre-diabetic, I would definitely reach out to you and say, hey, I don't want to become a diabetic. I think that's where it all begins. You don't want to get to be a diabetic. When you're pre-diabetic, I think, yes, make that call to you. But when you are diagnosed, it's devastating. And you're like, what's your fault? What did I eat? Too much candy? Did I eat much too? And you taught me, no, it's just something. You went into it with me and I just loved it. But if you're just newly diagnosed, don't take the metformin. Your life will change completely and not for the good. And I'm telling you that wholeheartedly because it really affected me. It affected my family. And I don't believe the metformin really helped me. Honestly, it was raising my sugars at one point.
Yeah, and to be clear on that, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, it's clearly a Band-Aid that makes things worse in the long run.
Absolutely. That's so true. And every time I went back to my visits with the doctor, I said, it's raising my sugar. Oh, I was told, let it just adjust to your body. Well, 4 years later, it still didn't adjust until I was completely off of it and eating the right kinds of foods, all kinds of foods. And now I never want to return back to that. I will never go back to that feeling because anytime I think about it, I'm just going to think about how my life was before then, and I don't want to do that anymore.
All right. Before you answer this, hear me out. So
Okay.
how your emotional health has changed, but I'm going to read a quote from you that I thought was really meaningful, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to in some form or fashion. So here's your quote. very depressing when standing in your kitchen and you just want to cry. I stop and think I was literally killing myself slowly.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So how has your emotional health changed?
I'm sorry, I just
Okay.
that was really that I remember those days, and they were bad days. I'm sorry. I would just stand there. I knew I was killing myself.
No,
um,
I think it's important to connect to people on that level.
you just stand in front of the refrigerator.
To stop burying that. We've talked about it. Like anybody who got as far as you did or got further into that rut has buried those emotions and pushed those emotions away. So yeah, connect with them for you and for everybody else. Go ahead.
They were very dark days. I'm not lying. It was bad. It was really bad. And I would see my family eat. I would see them eating good foods and all other things. And I knew I was slowly killing. I was dying. I was slowly dying. Now I just love myself and I am so happy. And I feel like I'm the person that pre-diabetes, like before I had the diabetes, I was energetic and loving. And I mean, I still try to maintain that, but it was very difficult, and my family knew it too. And I don't know, I just felt like I won the lottery when I fell upon your group. I really did. It is definitely true, and I'm just so excited. I can't wait to continue my life the way I wanted to, and not be so restricted. And oh, did I take the pill yet? Oh my gosh, did I take my meds yet? I just wanted to be, I can get up and do what I need to do and have a healthy breakfast and just be healthy.
Awesome. It is, if it's not obvious, those are the kinds of things that drive me to do what I do. So one of the other things toward that really caught my attention when we first talked, you were proud to be a yoga instructor, yet you were not teaching, you were not practicing, because you told me in a few different ways, you felt so much like crap that you weren't teaching and practicing. So myself being a fitness instructor, being a martial arts instructor, being a fitness enthusiast, to hear somebody say like, I'm a proud yoga instructor, but I'm not practicing or teaching because I feel like crap, that hurts. And then, so just last week, I sent you a message and you're like, oh, I got to go teach a class. I'm like, that was the first I heard of it. So there you go from, like I described, like, hey, I feel so much like crap that I'm not teaching, I'm not practicing. 3 weeks later, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to teach a class. I'm like, yeah. So elaborate on the before and after for that.
Well, I just have to tell you, being a yoga teacher had been a dream of mine for 10 years, and I loved it. And I graduated school. I was so excited. And then I don't know, I couldn't do it. Every time I would, each time I would get into a pose, I felt exhausted. And again, there's those weights on my feet. And I thought, this is not right. How can I honestly teach yoga and preach it and the benefits of it if I'm not doing it myself? So I knew I needed to do something. And then that was one of the other things. And this journey with you, I love, because it allowed me to live my dream. And I practiced my first yoga class, and I was so excited. And some of them know of my issues that I had with diabetes. Yeah. Yes. And they said, oh my gosh, you seem so different. Your face is glowing and your hair is pretty and all this. And I thought, oh, that's Paul doing all this. And they think, who's Paul? I'm like, my coach. Yeah, so I was so excited to get back to it. Now my children are practicing yoga with me. It has just changed my life, and I'm looking into a yoga studio, and I'm just so excited. I never want to ever take those metformins again.
All right. So this next section, I want to think about, like, go back to before you started working with me and thinking about that, like I said, 150 million people out there that are overwhelmed, confused, misled, all that and more. What do you think type 2 diabetics want, and what do they need, or what should they want?
Being a diabetic, I know that I wanted to just be, not just to, it's really difficult because I'm just so happy where I'm at right now. I remember those feelings, and they were terrible feelings. I don't want to maintain it. I just want to fix it. I want it to go away, but it won't go away unless I do something about it. And the doctors are not helping me. I'm sorry to say, the doctors don't know. The doctors don't tell me what I need to do. And I know you just want it to go away, and it's easy. It is so easy to pop that pill and to move on. But imagine it without having that metformin. Imagine feeling spontaneous and feeling energy and have a lot of energy. I mean, it is a feeling, if I could bottle it, I'd probably be a billionaire. It is the most, you can do it. All I have to say is, if I can do it, you can do it. It's easy. It's easy just to take that pill. You're okay, good, I can do whatever. But really, you don't need it. You don't need it. I'm telling you, you don't need it. If you've got Paul guiding you, he becomes your best friend. And it's just, he's right there. And it's not that you're hovering over me either. You're not saying, did you eat this? Did you eat that? It's not that at all. You're just saying, how are you today? How are you today? How I see that, I put everything in my chronometer and you just checked it out. And it's not that you are, you're not pushy. You are just a real person. You're very transparent and you're nice. And I can't say enough that you're just there for her. And that's what diabetics need. They don't need to, write that prescription. Here you go. Here's the metformin. Go pick it up and you're done. You're good. Go, go to your classes, attend your classes on all your food that you're supposed to eat, and not that this, but that, and waste your time. And you're going to see, once you get onto Paul's program, you're going to be able to eat anything. But of course, with limitation, of course,
But a lot of stuff you thought you couldn't eat. Yeah.
Yes. And my chocolate, you allowed me that one little block of chocolate, and that really was like a little parade on my tongue, and I loved it.
All right. So what do you think is what or who is standing in the way of type 2 diabetics getting what they want and need?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think it's what we're being told by the doctor. Honestly, the physicians. I mean, again, I've been there. I've been there, and I've heard them say, each person that has been diagnosed with it, here you go, here's a prescription. They're standing in the way of your health. You need to get the coach. You need Paul. You need the coach. I'm sorry, but I have to constantly say that, because it's been definitely a ride for me.
What internal beliefs or ideas are holding people back from getting what they want or need out of type 2 diabetes?
I think it's society. I think, we're so programmed. If you're ill, this is a pill for you. And I think that, we're told, oh, okay, you have this disease. Here you go. Here's a prescription for it. I really believe that. I believe that we don't spread our wings a little bit more and allow ourselves to really understand what it is. We need to educate ourselves and understand it and want it. You must want it. If you don't want it, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, this is as much as I know it, you just reminded me of, like, this is the first generation that's now is regularly seeing medication ads on television.
Yes.
And I need to be reminded of that because I don't watch TV. So, but I do realize that, yeah, they're out there. And yes, we are very much conditioned. We are very much conditioned to this problem, this pill, this problem, this pill, this problem, this pill. Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely glorified on the ads, and you're on your phone, you see the ads pop up.
So I'm gonna make this sound like Disney, like as in villains. So thinking about all those external and internal villains before working with me, how do those make you feel?
How do I feel now?
No, before. So before. So thinking about like
Oh,
all those internal and external villains before working with me, how do they
mm.
how do you think they're making all those other millions and millions and hundreds of millions of people feel?
Well, if you've ever saw The Lion King, I feel like it's Mufasa, and he was the bad tiger, the lion in there, and that's all I felt like. It's funny you say that because there's a clip in Lion King. It says Mufasa, Mufasa, and he was always hovering, and I feel like the metformin and the doctors were always hovering over me, and I was always afraid. I thought, oh, if I don't take it, what's going to happen? You're not going to die. You're not going to die over it. You just need to get healthy. You're going to be fine, but you just need to know it's a horrible feeling to be a diabetic, and nobody understands. And especially with type 2, they're saying, oh, well, it's okay, you know, it's not type 1, but I think type 2 is kind of lost in the shuffle there, because type 1, it's like, oh, you don't have type 1, you're okay, oh, just take your metformin. That's what I think may be the problem, because I was thinking about that a couple months ago. I'm thinking, there's no concentration, there's no education for type 2, enough of. And I was so lucky enough to, again, find you.
Yeah. What? Why do you think it's just plain wrong for people to go through all that struggle, all those bad feelings?
The stress that it does emotionally, mentally, physically, there's no need for that. There's just no need to go through that. It's taking away years on your life. You've wasted all this time for what? To think that you're safe by taking your meds. It's a shame. You're not enjoying anything. I never enjoyed a meal with my family. You know how long that has been? 4 years. And I never ate around the table with them because I already had my Atkins bar, and they're eating delicious foods, and the smell of it, I had to walk away. It's sad.
Yeah. So it is, like, whether it's 6 months or 20 years, either, like, anywhere in there, it's just wrong for people to have to go through that struggle and go through those emotions when it doesn't have to be.
Sure.
What advice would you have for anyone that is thinking or saying, Paul is just trying to sell me something? And by the way,
I'm sorry.
to be crystal clear, yes, I am. But what would you say to that?
Yes, buy it. Just buy it. If you think he's selling you, yes, buy it. Of course, we're paying for your services, a well-educated service that will give you back your life. That's like, a genie in a bottle. Why not? Oh my goodness.
Right.
You're not a hard seller.
Anything else that I should have asked you to get this message into the hearts and minds of people I can help?
I think that they should reach out to you, even if they have a glimpse that, you're a car salesman kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. I think they should at least reach out and ask you a question, the one question that's burning in their brain, and I know what it is. I think that, they really should just reach out, at least make the first step and reach out to you, because that's all it takes. And then you'll understand what you're all about. You're not this hard sell person that says, hey, you're just like, okay. I could have said no that day. You weren't calling me up. You weren't texting me. You weren't sending your ads like a car salesperson. No, you were so transparent. And you said, okay, well, let me see if you're coachable. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you're coachable, sort of for the people out there, yes, if you're coachable and you want to have a conversation, yeah, she did describe it. Like, definitely, you want to have a no pressure, low pressure conversation about what this could look like for you. And that part of that would be like me getting to know what's going on with you and going from there. So if that's the case, here we go. What should they put in the comments? What? Give me a good word. What should they put in the comments?
Save me.
There you go. Put save me in the comments and we can have a conversation. I'll follow up with you. All right. Anything else, Gina?
No, it's just, again, you're so transparent. You didn't pay me to do this. I'm my own person. And when you do have a conversation with Paul, he doesn't talk a lot. He lets you do the talking. So tell me, where's the sale pitch there?
Yeah. All right. All right. Go have dinner.
I'm going to. I can't wait. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. All right.
Bye.
Bye.